Okay, so hopefully this recording is going to work because I'm using a completely new setup now. So welcome back, everyone. This is going to be the last episode of Luigi 100% LP. We've already played through all of the main game and everything. We've done everything, got 100%. This is just really a little bit of extra that's in the game. This room down here, I think I showed it off a little bit in the first episode. Hang on a second, if I can remember the buttons. That's the wrong one. Yeah, you can see here that there's this whole area. This is actually in Egad's bunker. This is the only room that we can actually go in. All these other rooms were originally planned to be places you could go when the game was in development, but they all got cut. The gallery, though, is still here. The gallery made it into the final game. And when we came here before, all of these paintings that you can see here, these were all blank. And now we filled them up with the paintings that we got when we captured the ghosts. At the end of every area, I guess, we converted the ghosts into paintings, and now they're all here, hanging on this guy's wall. Even though they never really did anything wrong in the first place, so we're kind of the bad guys in this situation, because we've trapped all of these guys, except for that fortune teller who wanted to be trapped. Where is she? I think she's down here. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, you widow. You wanted to come in here. Alright, but seriously though, not that this is a serious game or anything, or indeed not that there's anything serious about what I'm doing here at all. So in this episode I'm basically going to show off all these paintings that we got, but first of all, I want to show off the complete gallery. First of all, I want to take a look at this. This you get for... It's very hard to get it in the right place, especially when I've only got one hand on the controller. Hang on just a second. That somehow worked, even though I turned him completely to the side. That was ridiculous. Okay, so what we can see here is the Luigi's new mansion, which you get at the end of the game. The exact size and details of the mansion vary depending on how much money you get. The more money you get, the more grand looking it is. I think the lowest one is just a tent, and then you can get like small houses, and they gradually get bigger and bigger until you get what is basically a mansion. You saw in the last episode that we got rank B. So what we see here, this is only a painting of it, but this isn't actually the best one you can get. The best one is a rank A. Now, in the American version, I think I explained this all before in the first episode, but I'll go over it again here. In the American version, you need 100 million gold to get the rank A ending. In the European version, which I'm playing, you need 150 million. Now, that's a problem because there isn't actually 150 million gold in the entire mansion. Even if you did a perfect run, I've got 130 here, which is the best I've ever done, but even if you did a perfect run, you wouldn't have more than 143. There's 142 point something gold in the mansion. That's all there is. So rank A is actually unachievable in the European version of the game unless you play the hidden mansion. Now, the hidden mansion is like a new game plus. It's a bonus thing that you get at the end of the game where you can play the game again under a new set of conditions. In the US version, it's just hard mode, basically. I think you take more damage. In the European version, though, they completely changed everything. The entire mansion's back to front. All of the enemies are different. The whole thing's completely different. All the boss fights are different. And they also put more gold in there. You can actually get 150 million gold in that version of the game. So basically, the only way to get 100%, the only way to get rank A in the European version is to play New Game Plus, is to play the Hidden Mansion. So I therefore kind of feel a little bit cheated out of that A rank. I feel like I shouldn't have to play hard mode or New Game Plus or anything like that in order to get the best possible ending. Now this really is only a very minor complaint because, simply because 100% doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect the gameplay in any way, it doesn't make the game any less fun, it isn't really relevant. All it is a different picture you get at the end of the game. That being said, those hardcore 100%, obsessive compulsive types, kind of like me, this is going to bum them out a lot. If they're playing European version, that is. The only other real complaint I have about the game is the fact that you lose money every time you get hit. It's only coins, and there's plenty of them, but still it affects your ending, and affects how easy it is to get 100 million gold. See, I normally just get 100 million gold and call it 100% because of this. I'm really not too bothered about what rank you get. That's 100% in the US version, and that's good enough for me. And especially seeing as most of the viewers of these videos are actually in the US, that's probably good enough for you as well if you're using this as a tutorial. But I just thought it needed to be properly explained because, I didn't understand it myself the first time I saw it. I was aiming for the rank A and I only got a rank B, and I was confused because of the regional difference. So for anyone watching, I just really wanted to make that clear to you in case it confused you. But as I was saying, the only other complaint I have about the game is the fact that you lose money every time you get hit. It's particularly annoying considering the money disappears after a couple of seconds. Really, that's the only change I would make to the game, is make it so that the money, when it drops out stuff, whether it's enemies or you or whatever, well, not really enemies, it's more environmental, isn't it? They come out of like drawers and stuff. But really, I think what should happen is the money should just stay where it is in the room, basically until you leave the room. I think it should only disappear if you leave the room. I think you should be able to have all the time you need to collect it, because sometimes, like with that flower thing where you water it like 3 times and then it sprays money all over the place and you can't actually get all of the money. And it's particularly irritating because those gems, they play a little like cutscene when you get them. Honestly, that really could be omitted as well. All you need to do is just make a kind of gem noise when you pick them up. But that wouldn't matter if you had all the time you needed to collect the money, and I think you should have. But again, this is only really a very minor complaint, because the money itself is only important if you're going for 100%, and 100% isn't really important to the game at all in any way. All it does is, as I say, it changes the picture you get at the end. So, aside from that, I don't really have any complaints or problems about this game. It's certainly unusual. It's kind of like survival horror, only more comedy than horror. But yeah, it's definitely fun. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's very much a cult classic, as most GameCube games are, like Mario Sunshine and whatnot. But anyway, that's really going to be all from me. There is a next LP hopefully coming up, hopefully, if this recording software is working. I'm using it on a new PC because I've had issues with the old one. The old one completely broke. But hopefully, if all goes well, there will be some new episodes for the new LP up soonish. I haven't recorded anything as of when I'm doing this recording. I don't know when this is going to be up on the channel or anything. I don't know when I'm going to be able to record the next ones, but hopefully it will be fairly soon after this is properly uploaded and released. So that's all from me, so I'll see you guys later.